Hello, good afternoon. Hope you're all well. Just going to go through some checks. We're having problems with that sound again. Let's just check that that is coordinating properly. Hope you're all well. Just going to go through some checks. We're having problems with that sound again. Yes, right. There we are. I'll mute that. Oh dear me. I've been trying all shapes to try and get that sound working as it should be. If you can hear that in the background, that's just Thomas the Woodcarver on the bandsaw. Yeah, there's some weird thing now. They keep on updating OBS Studio and they keep on updating Windows and I don't know, perhaps it's my streaming kit that I use, perhaps it needs changing, cable's a bit dodgy or something, but you get this weird thing where it doesn't quite coordinate with the sound and it just all seems a bit strange. But there we are, we've got there now. Couple of apologies for missing last week, out of our hands with that one, couldn't do the live stream, so sorry we missed that one. And also then, apologies, this is a bit earlier today, but this is as late as we could sort of do. It would have been a bit earlier if I'd have, but I had to go on to private streaming to get everything to work somehow. I think what happens, OBS Studio updates, because that's what we use to stream, and then from there it doesn't, I don't know, something doesn't coordinate properly. But anyway, if anyone is there, you can put a comment as well in the comment section so we know that that is working okay. As you can see, first project that I'm going to be cutting out today, we've got this was a project that somebody's asked us to make. We got this cross, and then they want a heart in front, and then a base for the cross to go on. So that's the first little project we're going to demonstrate cutting out. In terms of preparation, we're stack cutting. Got a video that we've been working on. It won't be on the channel for a while, but hopefully an interesting one where we do a bit of, a few little trials with stack cutting. Also got a leaf design, a simple little flower, and another one, a simple oak leaf. Those are some designs you may have seen us doing on our other videos, and they've been quite popular. So we're gonna do a few. Oh, who we got there? We got James. Hello, James. Thank you for joining us. Hope all is well. Any thoughts, any questions as we go along? Get them into us, and yeah, great to have you with us. And we, as always, we appreciate the support that everyone gives us. We've got this angle now. Hopefully, this will be a good angle to watch us scrolling from. Bob was asking, can you get it more from above? What it is, because I use a mirrorless camera, it's difficult with the tripods. I tried different tripods. It's difficult to get it directly above, and also it's blocked out by this piece of it directly above. So that's why we're going to give this angle a go. Let us know your thoughts, see if you can see everything clearly. And we get scroll sawing. We put that packing tape to make it a little bit easier to lubricate the blade. But any thoughts as we go along, let us know. interesting little bit just to stop on. Now there, on the back, I can just see where the drill, where it's actually just gone a little bit away from the design. So I'm going to make that candle flame bigger just to cover up what has happened there. Oh, we got a Mark there. Hello. Oh, you like the angle? Glad you like the angle. And Marty as well. I agree, the angle is great. Brilliant. Oh, there we are. Well, I'm glad you're all in agreement. We'll go with that one there. So hopefully, yeah, it gives you a nice clear angle of it. Fantastic. Thanks for sharing that you've all got a good clear view. And hopefully that sound is working properly. Because it's a bit frustrating when you're doing the live stream, you set it all up. I'm having to go onto a private stream first to check it's coordinating. It's all these updates they keep doing all the time, something along those lines, or one of the cables is not quite as good as it once was. I'll have to figure it out eventually. I might be changing as well the system that I use to live stream. There was something I was going to explain as well when I was doing this. Ah, yeah, cutting speed. Somebody was asking, they're saying, oh, when we cut, in some ways I cut a little bit sort of slowly. Yeah, possibly. I'll be honest with you, I don't like doing a lot of cleaning up afterwards. I always think if you can get the cut nice and clean on the first go, saves me time afterwards. So yeah, if the feed speed is a little bit slower, that's quite possibly the reason I don't like doing a lot of cleaning after I've scroll sawed. There we are. That just cleans up where we had that little issue. And then from here, on this particular project, it's all cutting the surrounds. And what we're going to do, see, we're going to swap over the hearts, so put the darker layer with the lighter one and the lighter layer with the darker one, and vice versa. A little pointer as well, if I wasn't demonstrating the scroll saw, if I would actually cut the bases, I would do that on the bandsaw because it's quicker and it's easier, and then just use the side attachment on the belt sander to do it. One thing I am hoping in the future is to actually do some multi-camera stuff. So hopefully then that'll allow us to demonstrate, how we actually do these, doing things like a little bit of the carving, putting into the live streams, using things like the belt sanders, the bandsaws as well. But for now, we stick with that one. Oh, who we got there? We got Bill. Sound working great, fantastic. Number 9 reverse tooth, yeah, it is indeed. Why don't you have a dust collection connected to your Hegner? It seems like it would be preferred over wearing the lung protection stuff. Yeah, I'll tell you a couple of reasons for it. Because we've got that blower on there, I've always stuck with using the blower. And then basically, we were talking about this a couple of weeks ago. I sit very close, so I'm literally, if I move my head forward, I should come into shot. I am literally right in the firing line of that the cutter. So whilst you can, as you said, connect a dust extractor, it's just my preference is to have the blower and the mask. It's how I've always done it, and I've always felt comfortable with. But if you're looking at different systems, yeah, having the extractor, we've got a trend extractor. It's almost like a vacuum cleaner, the one we've got, and that would connect to this, and it would do a good job. But I'm happy with the system that I use. Also, I like to have that visor you know, for the very rare sort of chance that a blade could break on us. So it's personal choice, I guess. But definitely, if you're looking at different systems, putting that dust extractor onto it, good way of doing it. But yeah, we're working with that Hegner Multicut 2S, and the blade is the Nikrospeed number 9 reverse tooth. But Pegasus do the same one, Flying Dutchman do the same one. They all do a fantastic job for what we're doing. Just going to pause for a minute just to put that plate back on. I prefer that, having that plate on when I'm cutting surrounds. I prefer doing pierce work without it. Nice little simple one just to get us started. Sometimes I get a bit lucky when I'm cutting those out and there's a little dab of super glue has got onto it and it keeps them together for the whole thing, but we just had to separate them at the end just to finish off the cuts. Oh, the carver's joined us, and Chris as well. Hello, Shamai. I hope you're all well. Danny normally uses it. Yeah, absolutely. And the carver as well. Thank you all for joining us. Hope you're all well. Hope all is good with you all. And yeah, as I said, we're a little bit earlier than normal. Hopefully that sound as well is still coordinating correctly, because I've been noticing we've had a few little issues with getting that to work properly. I'm having to go on private streaming, and that's why you may have had a notification earlier, because I was still on public streaming. Well, I thought I'd be okay to stream, but I wasn't. I tell you what I might try and do here as well is I might ask Dad if he can sand that for you, because the reason I've chosen this, there's a beautiful piece of wood underneath this particular one. It's got a lovely red streak to it. It's that juniper that we use. But what I'm going to do now, I'm going to carry on and I'm going to finish this project out by cutting out those shapes that we've got left over there. And then from here, just for you all to know what the plan is, we've got that one to cut out. We've got this one here to cut out. This is an interesting little one. I demonstrated this, but I've done some videos because we try all sorts of different things on the channel to, you know, sort of keep people's interest. But the one that I did with that, I kept all the sounds in and I didn't actually explain it. But these ones, it's a keyring idea, possibly an interesting little project for yourselves to have a look at. You do the shape of the leaf, but you do it in the wood. So we got oak from oak leaves, we've got ash leaves, and the other two that I did maple leaves, and I did holly leaves. And the one that I thought, I'm not sure it would be so popular, was the ash. And it goes to show how when it comes to selling, you just cannot tell. My favourite out of the four, if you find that video, was the maple leaf. And I made 3 maple leaves, and I've still got 3 maple leaves. And my sort of the one that I was a bit, I'm not sure how popular it'll be, was the ash leaf, and they've sold, all of them. So it just goes to show, when it comes to selling, it's very difficult to pass judgment on what will be successful and what won't. But there we are, we'll get on with these ones, and we'll cut it all out. Oh, Bob is there, there we are. Nice view, perfect. There we are, Bob. This has been done in honour of you, Bob. You were the one who said to us about it, so we've changed the view. And I hope that's about as close as Thompson would carve in the background. It's as close as I can get it to being above. So this was done in your honour, Bob. So I hope you're pleased with that one. Don't let it be said that we don't take notice of what you all tell us. We learn a lot from what you tell us. Let's have a little look. Why do you remove the insert for piercing? Right, I get rid of that for doing the pierce work, depending on the size of the piece. But the reason I get rid of that to do the pierce work is as you cut, depending on the size of the pierce work as well, as you cut it out, it drops down the hole and it clears out your way more easily. So that's why I get it out of the way, just to make life easier. You know, we try all sorts of different things, but I do find that works. And we're doing those other methods. We're stack cutting. We're using the packing tape as well, which helps then to lubricate the blades as we cut. Right, let's get back into it. Let's do some more cutting. Oh, I just invite some Canadians to, yeah, absolutely. We get asked to do the maple leaf on the Lovespoons quite regularly, and as I said, I thought the maple leaf would be popular, but the ash is so far proved to be the one that people like. Okay, one little thing as well, just pause a moment and talk about technique. I've noticed I get a bit, this left arm gets a little bit sore at different times from the scroll saw, and I've realised what it is that is the arm that I use the most for clamping down. So that's because I'm pushing down all the time with that arm, it just gets a bit sore. So I tend to be guiding more with my right hand and using that left hand to clamp down more. Just to show you as well, I'll tell you what I might do. I might ask, I might just hand this through the door to Thomas the Woodcarver and get him to sand everything. Basically, this particular one, we've got that's how it will go together, is something along those lines there. I might put a little bit of block, just a little block at the back, just to make it more secure when I glue it all together. And if you're interested in sort of how I'll glue it together, I'll use some of the Star Bond glue that we get from them. So yeah. We'll have the same then, I think, and that's the way I'm thinking of doing it, is to have the cross contrasting with the colour of the base and the heart. So that's the little project, that's how it will sort of go together. If Thomas Woodcarver does come through, I'll hand those over to him. I don't know if he can see through the door. No, he can't quite see me, there's the problem. But yeah. Let's go on to our next little project. The first one then we're going to cut out is the one that I've completely sold out of, and that's the ash leaf. So again, we're using that stack cutting to cut it out. I put that packing tape, once again, listening to yourselves, where somebody recommended doing that, and I gotta say, fantastic recommendation to do that. It does make life a little bit easier. We will remove that plate once more from underneath where we're cutting, so just slide that out the way like so. And one thing to highlight on these, something that I do when I'm cutting out small projects, as you can see, I try to put them on bigger pieces of wood on the base, so I've got a bigger piece of wood, makes it easier to control. So if I'm working on a tiny piece like that, it's just more difficult to grip, more difficult to control. So that's why we have that bottom layer as a slightly bigger piece of wood. I'll just check as well if I missed anything. Right, we've got I like the early streams, right? Once the kids are home, I have to tend to them. There we go. Well, that's why I got football training with the boys tonight. I got to take them down there, so that's why it is a bit earlier. Same here, Chris. There we are. But I can do them a little bit earlier this time of year because the workshop's a bit quieter, so I can try my best to do that. Couldn't the saw take the sharp turn around the bottom edge of the heart corner rather than making two cuts? Yeah, you can do that. The only thing is, it will do that. The only thing is, the back edge of the blades, it can burn as you turn. So I find that it's just easier. And I also get a really, really sharp point on my heart, and I like it. That's how I like it. It's a real sharp finish like that. And we also eliminate that chance that you might get a little bit of burn just as that blade turns around. But yeah, it is capable of doing it. But that's the method that I find works well for myself again. But what I would say, try it. Try the different ways. I've used both for different things. I tend to go for this one because I like really sharp finishes on my scroll sawing. So you can see I always check it, well, I always try to remember to check it on the bottom edge, just to see that I got a nice clean cut on the bottom edge. Another little thing that happened today, it was all happening today, the bottom clamp holder, I gone and sheared the bolt. It happens every now and then, so I'm probably gonna have to get onto Hegner. Thankfully I had a spare there, but I'll probably have to get onto Hegner now and buy a couple more of those. It's something that happens every now and then. As you tighten it up, if you just over tighten it fractionally, it just shears straight off. Oh, let's have a look. Perfect reasonable answer, thanks. No, you're welcome. Sorry everyone, I gotta go. No, thanks for joining us. I'll make some shelves. Hopefully I'll have some wood left over from scrolling. Oh, I hope it all goes well there, Mark. Yeah, thanks for joining us. Right, we'll cut out the surrounds and then we'll have 3 little leaf key rings finished off. And on that note, Thomas the Woodcarver's just walked in. Could you do me a favour?
If possible.
Just so everybody can see, under here, that underneath that paper, I just wanted to show everyone the beautiful piece of wood just under that cross. If you could lightly sand it off.
That one there?
If you could sand all of that, then everybody can see. Everybody could see that beautiful piece of wood, just to show everyone what it'll look like when it's finished. You're wondering what I'm doing? I'll tell you what. Could you sand? There we are. There's a telephone going first. There you go. Look at that. Simple little leaf design. I put the key ring. There's like little triangles that we buy, so I put that in there, and we sell that as a simple key ring. And we sell it, the price we sell those at, we actually get £4.50 in the shop for those. So you make 3 at a time like that. What's that? That's 4, 8, 12, £13.50 we get for making those. And then we put a loop as well onto the triangle. If I give you all of, you're just going to sand it by hand? Oh, brilliant.
I'll do it on the machine, you've got a pile.
There we are. Do you want to sand all of those? Fantastic, just so everyone can see them finished off. Right, the next one I'm going to do is just this simple little flower design. I'm going back as well to what we were talking about. I like those nice sharp finishes. So the way you'll see me doing, I'll probably go round there and then reverse a bit, and then go round there, reverse a bit, round there, reverse a bit, and then finish off all the edges, although that may cause a bit of an issue when it comes to finishing it off. I'll have to work this out as I'm cutting. Yeah, we work it out as we're going along. Right, I lost a bolt like that. I tried to keep spares for such an occasion. Yeah, it just sheared off because, I don't know, perhaps it was in a bit of an aggressive mood. I think they just wear, and it's not the first time it's happened. You just over tighten it a fraction, it just goes cling, and that's that. So we stopped there, see, because if we carried on and went round there, then it would free it from the solid and you got a problem. So how are you going to finish off all of these bits? So hopefully I'm going to work out a method and we'll finish off all of the other edges going back the other way. And for this, I think I'll remove the plate because these little blocks then can clear out the way, hopefully, and make life a lot easier for us to cut. I've just gone and done the very thing that I was trying to avoid. Oh dear me. Right, so to avoid this causing any bigger problem, I'll put the plate back in because it could just drop down. This could be fun to finish off.
Small problem with stack cutting.
No, it was me who messed it up.
Is it?
I was trying to avoid, what I was trying to avoid was separating it from the base, from the base so I could cut it all out.
Right.
And then I was explaining that this is what I was trying to do, and I then went and did the very thing that I was telling everyone that you've got to try and avoid doing, see? Brain wasn't quite working properly. Here we are, look at that. That's the one we wanted to show you. So the idea, yeah, you got the base. I thought
You can choose. You can either have a contrast.
well,
or
that's
you
the
can have
thing.
same.
Yeah, well, we'll ask everyone what do you prefer. So that's from the same type of woods, and with the you know, that's the idea, is to have the contrasting heart like that. But it's such a beautiful piece of wood. You know, hopefully you can all see that. Okay. What do you prefer? The same colour wood or the base? Yeah. Open to suggestions on it. And then on top of that, then I was explaining, see, that, you know, what are you talking? I reckon it's probably about 10 minutes tops to cut out those, and we sell them for $4.50.
Yeah.
I know you've got all the other work as well, because Dad's gone in there, he sanded them all down just to refine the finish. We got to put that keyring on there. You got to buy the key rings as well.
It just helps us to compete with the Chinese.
It does, yeah. It helps us to compete with, you know, where they're using CNCs.
The old man has arrived now.
Yeah,
With a very
yeah.
controversial
Yeah, no, it is.
racist sort of comment.
Now you did it on purpose to demonstrate what not to do. Yeah, if only. But no, it just shows you as well, though, because you know, with scroll sawing, with wood carving, we get asked a lot. What do you do if you make a mistake? What do you do if something goes wrong? You know, and I'm always thinking, oh, you know, we run around like headless chickens, panicking. You just can't do it. You find a solution, don't you? We always find a solution. And there you go. I didn't do it the way I wanted to do it, but those four now, they're all ready to be carved. So we'll have 4 key rings out of it, and the people who buy them will never even know that I messed it up. You know?
And it could be turned into candle holders, so you'd have 4 candles.
4 candles.
Yeah.
Is that 4 candles or 4 candles?
I'm not sure
There we are. Right, we're on to our oak leaf. As I said, I know I've got to take the boys and any thoughts and any comments as well. Oh yeah, I'm still doing well for time, so I'm not under pressure on that front. But again, we'll do that pierce work first of all, and then afterwards we will cut the surround of our leaf design. The same with the sails. With this one, I expected the maple leaf. Can you show everyone the maple leaf and the maple leaf, the holly leaf, and the flower? 4 candles, indeed, Chris. Yeah, it's here we are. The one that didn't sell, that hasn't sold at all, is the and we could show everyone the finished.
you have the whole shooting match.
There you go. That's what those ones. Oh look, have I done these smaller? Yeah, the ones I've done are a bit smaller today. There we are. I obviously decided when I did it originally they need to be bigger. So that's the maple leaf that hasn't sold. And that's the holly leaf. And I'm not sure that, I think we may have sold 1 holly leaf. But there we are. And again, we're not having huge numbers of people coming through the workshop, so it's whatever they prefer. Super. Hello, Gabby. Hey, if anyone as well interested in toy making, interested in, you know, making models and stuff like that, have a look at Gabby's channel. He does some good stuff. He's out in Romania. Worth checking out what he's up to. We always like to support other channels, and I know a few of you are doing live streaming. Would If I Could is the one as well, the one live streaming channel, so have a check of that. And Marty, I had to leave for a bit. Early live stream are great for me, but I will watch anytime. I make key rings that look like our retirement park swimming pool. Brilliant, anything that is popular. Holly leaf, what a pair of lips. Oh, I hadn't noticed that. Let's have a look. I can see that. Yeah, spot on. You got a pair of lips there. Well, we put it the other way around and it's a smiley pair of lips. Perhaps that's what people think they are. Maybe that's it. But the idea, see, is we make the holly from the holly, we make the oak from the oak, the maple from the maple, and the ash from the ash. And then I tried to find a nice, pretty piece of wood for making the flowers. Good news.
Yeah, 2 coaches booked in tomorrow.
We got two groups in tomorrow.
Yep.
Oh, there we are. Fantastic.
Yeah.
We'll have to get some key rings ready for them.
Well, I'm thinking about ordering that turkey now.
Order the turkey for Christmas.
Yeah.
We'll have to get in early. They reckon there's going to be another turkey shortage, isn't there?
Yeah.
Like last year, which never happened. Right, so I've changed this design as well slightly because I was drilling a hole there before, but now I'm just going straight in through there because that's what I did on the ash leaves, and they were really popular. No, you're welcome. You're welcome, Gabby. I would recommend anyone getting across to your channel and having a look at what you do because it's always great to see what everybody else is making. I was going to say something as well, and it's gone out of my head. No, it's gone. So with this, we're stack cutting 3 layers. We got that tape all over it as well, make it easier cutting the stack. There you go. 3 more little oak leaf key rings. So we got those flowers, we got the oak leaves, we got the ash leaves, and I'm going to check the time. Oh, hello! Maple Tree Studios joining us as well. I was having a look actually what you do on, I think it was on Instagram. I was checking out what you're up to. So another one. If you're on Instagram, have a check of what's happening at the Maple Tree Studios. Sorry. Look, there's our maple leaf. There you go. We were just talking about it, where I've made the most popular one I've done is the ash leaves, that one there, and we did the oak leaf and the flower, and also the holly leaf, which is that one there. And as Chris was pointing out, they kind of look like a pair of lips as well. But so far I've sold all of those, and the maple leaf I haven't sold, and to be honest, it's my favourite, so I can't understand why it hasn't sold. Gabby, I just subscribed and will be heading that way following the stream. Brilliant. Yeah, and as well, don't always remember the carver. There's the carver's channel as well, so don't forget that one, because it's always good to be able to help one another out. Right, to finish off, where are we now? 5 to 4. So to finish off, I'm going to cut out this one here. I've just noticed actually when I've been showing stuff, you may not have been able to see it too brilliantly because of where the camera's positioned, but hopefully you've been able to see all the different things that I've been showing you. But anyway, just to finish off here, we're going to cut out our robin decoration and using the same methods, and then afterwards, see this one we do quite a bit of carving work on. One of the most popular items that we make. And the robin is probably the most popular design that we do overall. We put a robin on anything and it sells really well. You can see as well how I use different techniques, because now I'm doing what we were talking about earlier. I'm doing it different. So because I'm not so worried about having very sharp edges in terms of the finish, so I'm actually turning those corners, and also it's partly because I'm working in mahogany and it's a little bit more forgiving. One thing as well, I drilled this hole in the middle a little bit too big between the legs of the robin, so I've just gone a little bit wider when I've done that cut to hopefully compensate, and it's easier if I get that right, and then I can always go back over where I've done the other bit. And there you have it. There we go. And that's our 4 robins. Not 4 candles, although we have got 4 candles to cut out there, but for another day. There we go. So we cut out the bases and the 2 and the 2 crosses, so they're all ready to go together. We've got 4 robins for hand carving, 4 flowers for hand carving too, and then we've got 3 ash leaves and 3 oak leaves. So all in all, a productive afternoon. Hopefully you've enjoyed that. Hopefully it's useful. Thank you all again for joining us. Yeah, as we were saying, don't forget, if you haven't checked them out already, check out the Carvers channel. There's Wood If I Could, check out that one as well. I know there's Hoshi as well, that's a channel worth having a little look at. And there's Gabby's channel too. So yeah, remember, if you're looking for different ideas and looking for different projects, check out the different channels. Hope you all have a great week. We'll be back, all going well, with the live stream next Monday, making something else again, and we'll have some uploads on the Wednesday and a short on the Friday. But thanks for joining us, and we'll be back soon, all going well. Thank you, Carver, too.